Hello friends, welcome to all. Today we will discuss about breakdown in liquid dielectrics, and it is covered in the subject of high voltage engineering. Now what is pure liquid? Liquids which are chemically pure, structurally simple and do not contain any impurity even in traces of 1 in 10 raised to 9 are known as pure liquids. In contrast, what is commercial liquids? It is used as insulating liquids where chemically impure and contains moisture of complex organic molecules. In fact, their behavior is quite erratic. No two samples of oil taken out from the same container will behave identically. The three most important properties of oil dielectrics are the dielectric strength, the dielectric constant and the electrical conductivity. So these three are the most important properties of the dielectrics. Other important properties are viscosity, then thermal stability and specific gravity, flash point, etc. So these are the other important properties of any dielectric material. The most important factors which affect the dielectric strength of oil are the presence of fine water droplets and the fibrous impurities. The presence of even 0.01% water in oil brings down the dielectric strength to 20% of the dry oil volume. The presence of fibrous impurities bring down the dielectric strength much sharply. Therefore, whenever these oils are used for providing electrical insulation, this should be free from moisture, product of oxidation and other impurities. Now, suspended solid particle mechanism. Commercial liquids will always contain solid impurities either as fibers or as dispersed solid particles. The permittivity of these solids epsilon 1 will always be different from that of the liquid. It means permittivity of liquid is epsilon 2. Let us assume these particles to be sphere of radius r. These particles get polarized in an electric field E and experience a force which is given as F is equal to r cube epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 upon epsilon 1 plus 2 epsilon 2 into E into dE upon dx. And this force is directed towards a place of higher stress if epsilon 1 is greater than epsilon 2 and towards a place of lower stress if epsilon 1 is less than epsilon 2. So we have to consider these two conditions when epsilon 1 is the permittivity of the gas bubbles. The force given above increases as the permittivity of the suspended particles increases. If epsilon 1 tends to infinity, then by rearranging the above equation we can write F is equal to r cube 1 minus epsilon 2 upon epsilon 1 upon 1 plus 2 epsilon 2 upon epsilon 1 into E into dE upon dx. Now if epsilon 1 is infinity, then by putting the value of epsilon 1 in equation these two quantity will become 0. So we get F is equal to r cube into E into dE upon dx. Thus, the force will tend the particle to move towards the strongest region of the field. If the uniform electric field, which usually can be developed by a small shear gap, the field is the strongest in the uniform field region. Here dE upon dx is tends to 0. Because of uniform field, there is no change in the field. It means rate of change of flux will be 0, so that the force on the particle is 0 and the particle remains in the equilibrium. Since the permittivity of the particles is higher than that of the liquid, the presence of particle in the uniform field region will cause flux concentration as its surface. Other particles, if present, will be attracted towards the higher flux concentration. If the particles present are large, they become aligned due to these forces and form a bridge across the gap. The field in the liquid between the gap will increase, and if it reaches critical value, breakdown will take place. So this is the process of breakdown. If the number of particles is not sufficient to bridge the gap, the particles will give rise to local field enhancement, and if the field exceeds the dielectric strength of the liquid, local breakdown will occur, hence finally lead to the breakdown of the liquid. So this is the procedure of breakdown of liquid. It has been found that liquid with solid impurities has lower dielectric strength as compared to pure form. Also, it has been observed that larger the size of the particles impurities, the lower the overall dielectric strength of the liquid containing impurity. So this is the fact related to this theory. Now another theory of breakdown in liquid is cavity breakdown. It has been observed experimentally that the dielectric strength of liquid depends upon the hydrostatic pressure above the gap length. The higher the hydrostatic pressure, the higher the electric strength, which suggests that a change in phase of the liquid is involved in the breakdown processes. This means a kind of vapor bubble formed is responsible for the breakdown. Okay, this bubble is responsible for the breakdown. The following processes might lead to the formation of bubbles in the liquid. One is gas pockets on the surface of the electrodes. Then, due to irregular surface of electrodes, point charge concentration may lead to corona discharge, thus vaporizing the liquid. So second reason is irregular surface. Then changes in temperature and pressure. This may be the reason for production of the bubbles. Dissociation of products by electron collisions, giving rise to gaseous products. Field in the liquid in absence of the bubble. The bubble under the influence of the electric field E0 elongates, keeping its volume constant. When the field EB equals the gaseous ionization field, discharge takes place, which will lead to decomposition of the liquid, and a breakdown may follow. A more accurate expression for bubble breakdown strength is given as this: EB is equal to 1 upon epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into 2 pi sigma 2 epsilon 2 plus epsilon 1 upon r into pi by 4 under root VB upon 2r E0 minus 1 all raised to 1 by 2. So this is the accurate expression for the bubble breakdown. where sigma is the surface tension of the liquid, epsilon 2 and epsilon 1 are the permittivity of liquid and bubble respectively, small r be the initial radius of the bubble, and Vb the voltage drop in the bubble. From the expression, it can be seen that the breakdown strength depends on the initial size of the bubble, which of course depends upon the hydrostatic pressure above the bubble and temperature of the liquid. Once a bubble is formed, it will elongate in the direction of the electric field. The volume of the bubble remains constant during elongation. Volume will be constant. Breakdown occurs when the voltage drop along the length of the bubble becomes equal to the minimum value on the Paschen curve for the gas in the bubbles. So this is the condition for the breakdown. Now testing of transformer oil. Figure 1.13 shows an experimental setup for finding out the dielectric strength of the given sample of oil. Here we can see input is 230 volt AC. This is potentiometer, and through the auto transformer supply is given to the primary of the transformer, and high voltage side of the transformer is connected with the spheres. These two are spheres. The voltmeter is connected on the primary side of the high voltage transformer but calibrated on the high voltage side. This one is voltmeter. The voltage is increased gradually and continuously till a flashover of the gap is seen or the MCB is operates. Note down this voltage. This voltage is known as rapidly applied voltage. Rapidly applied voltage. The breakdown of the gap has been placed mainly due to field effect. The thermal effect is minimal as the time of application is short. Here is the practical image of transformer oil testing. We can see this is the container and oil is filled in this container, and in between these two we can see two spheres. The oil is poured in a container known as test cell. These dimensions of 55 mm, 90 mm by 100 mm high. So these are the dimensions of this test cell. The electrodes are polished spheres of 12.7 to 13 mm diameter, preferably of brass, arranged horizontally with their axis not less than 40 mm above the bottom of the cell. So these are the dimensions suggested for this test. For the test, the distance between the spheres shall be 4 plus 0.02 mm. A suitable gauge is used to adjust the gap. While preparing the oil sample, the test cell should be thoroughly cleaned and the moisture and suspended particles should be avoided. Otherwise, test result may be influenced by these particles. Next, bring the voltage back to 0 and start with 40% of the rapidly applied voltage and wait for 1 minute. See if gas gap has broken. If not, increase the voltage every time by 2.1 to 2% of the rapidly applied voltage and wait for 1 minute till the flashover is seen or MCB trips. Note down this voltage. A few trials around this point will give us the breakdown value of the dielectric strength. The acceptable value is 30 kV for 4 mm applied for 1 minute. This is the acceptable value for the transformer oil test. Thank you.